something about this great city that really inspires me to do what I love doing.
And Tommy, I'm curious to know, what do you tell guys of what to expect when meeting with girls?
Um, well, what I tell guys of what to expect is that expect a variety of emotions when they meet with a lot of women because they come how they approach women they have like a mindset and it's usually just one mindset is what can I get from what can I get from this, what can I take from women, right? And they usually go for sex, which I'm not gonna tell them they're wrong, but that's something that I'm not inspired to tell guys, right? Because we're all sexual beings. We love sex. I cannot deny my sexual desire over women. So who am I to tell guys that don't think like that? But the underlying thing, why did they do that? Is it something they need to take from with women? So I would tell them that they need to come from an area of love to give something like a gift of a sexual pleasurable experience with women. So I would tell them that they would expect to have an emotions with feeling like being rejected, even though rejection is a common word. And I always tell this to everybody that rejection is it's not real. They're just rejecting the moment. They're just not rejecting you, but they're rejecting the moment. So they would feel like they're being rejected. They feel like a less of a man. They would feel happy, to be happy. They feel validation. They'll feel validated when girls give them a number or comply to their questions. So it's like a balance of negative and positive emotions, and they need that. They need that feeling that like that punch, that punch to the stomach that they didn't expect. And so I would tell them that expect to be like punch in the stomach that you would something you not feel like a slap in the face. I'm not saying that literally you can get slapped in the face, but that feeling that like something was taken away from you. So how would you get back into that positive state that you possibly were in before approaching these women? So again, I would just tell them that they would. I would tell them expect to experience a variety of emotions that it's necessary to have good and bad, but the most important thing is what choice do you make for yourself? Are you, in other words, it is your choice to be angry at anything, of any outcome when you meet with women. If you're angry, that is your choice. If you're happy, it is your choice too. So it's a matter of decision makings for yourself. It determines how much you progress in anything in life. If you expect to be validated or feel validated, then you're not going to really go nowhere. So you need to prepare to feel unvalidated and ask yourself, how am I feeling? Am I feeling angry about it? If I'm angry about it, should I make the choice to feel this anger or should I just move on? So yeah, that's what I would tell them. I mean, I could go on and on hours about this, but in short, I would just leave it at that.
You're talking about rejection, and you tell some, but can you actually tell me what you tell them, how to handle the rejection?
Well, again, like I said, it determines like how it's a choice of what they take from the outcome. In any outcome in your life, it's really important is what choice do you make to feel that emotion. Like I said, if you feel angered about the outcome, then that is your fault because you chose to be angry. rather than you should have been happy that you had that experience, and then because at least she gave you that, like for instance, an example, like if a guy feels he's rejected, he should consider what he's feeling, and then when if he's angry about it, he has to dig in deep, like, what am I really angry about? Is it because the fact that she did not comply to my questions, or she didn't give me the time, or she didn't give me the right answer I want to hear, or she didn't give me the number, or she didn't want to go on an Insta date with me, anything, right? Then therefore, you really pre-plan your outcome, which is this validation that you're seeking for, which is she better give me this number, or she better comply to my questions. So how to handle rejections is that it's really determining the choices that you make of these emotions. You choose the emotion that you have. For me, it took me years to realize that the things I was disappointed or angry about, it was my choice to be angry about it. It was very that simple. And I know that sounds very easy to say, but really it is that simple. It's like if it doesn't really matter in your life, and it doesn't affect, your well-being, your survival, your finances, or anything. You just then if it doesn't really that matter to you, then why choose to be angry about it, right? So yeah, it's to handle rejection, it's necessary to just make the choice to say, like, okay, I know how I feel, then I just gonna move on from there, and then when you turn into a good state, whereas I'm not gonna be angry about it, then I'm gonna challenge myself and approach another girl. If she doesn't validate me for something that I'm trying to seek for, then again, what am I angry about it? What is it really making me angry or not? And when you go through this process, especially on the same day for approaching with women, then you come to realize that there's nothing to be angry about. There's nothing to be worried about. It's just like, oh, it's just girls are just not really interested in me, or maybe because of the fact that the way how I approach, or something has something to do with them, right? There's a variety of reasons, but never beat yourself down just because they rejected you or didn't give you that validation. Just ask yourself this: what is it that I'm really seeking for in these women, and what am I giving to this world, rather than thinking, what can I take from these women?
So you're disappointed in that guys that they try to have a quick fix and a miracle, but without working out. Like they want to have everything, but not to work too much. So just receive things.
Yeah, that's a good point. You brought that up. Yeah, I like that. That they need a quick fix. And you think about it, a lot of people want a quick fix. It's not just about seduction. It's even like about like when it comes to philosophies about other areas in life. People, like, say for instance, they want a quick fix of being healed, right? And so they want that pill to cure everything, rather than taking the journey and have the patience of the journey that will help them grow through that journey. Like for instance, if you're sick of something, a lot of people want that quick fix because they're fucking lazy, right? Instead, they don't want to go through that journey of experiencing of themselves, of like it's kind of like cleansing yourself, right? Learning about your cleansing, what's coming out of your body, what these emotions. These guys, they're so used to being babied, they've been pussified, really. So of course they're gonna complain about things and want a quick fix, and they always want that quick solution, but they don't want to take the time. It's not that they can't have the time or they don't have the time. They just don't want that, put in that time of the journey to learn about their growth, their personal growth, right? They're not dedicated enough to that. If they are dedicated enough, then most of them will like quit their shitty ass jobs. Most of them would dedicate themselves for something that their life depends on it.